Yo, what's up, everybody? What's good? What's good? Question starting right away. Have you smoked Dr. Ganja? I have not smoked Dr. Ganja. I know all about Dr. Actually, Dr. Ganja is a local company. They actually have a brick and mortar storefront up here in Hollywood. In case you didn't know, I live in LA. And so up in the Hollywood area, Dr. Ganja has at least one brick and mortar like storefront you could walk into and buy their stuff. It's overpriced, a lot of renamed stuff. I would, you could get better for your money for sure. Devo, you were first, bro. Uh, what is my favorite? Who said really? Oh yes, Endling, really. Yeah, I would. You could, as far as Dr. Ganja goes, you could definitely get better for your money. Definitely better quality for lower money, actually. Um, my favorite vendor, that's a hard one. I would say right now though, if we're just talking about quality that you could go and order right now for a fair price, I would probably say Beliefer. Beliefer right now is going to give you the best experience. Top quality flower, genetics. It's all living soil, all that. When Type 3 from Vegas, when they drop their stuff, they're going to be right there with Believer. Same living soil, top quality stuff. Professional packaging, clean environment, experienced, all that. Enling, you're talking about Dr. Ganja, the hemp company. Holy City Farms, that's good stuff. That's like some good quality greenhouse, but the greenhouse is the greenhouse is sorry, I'm old. The greenhouse is a quality of indoor. Enling, like the guy that sells hemp Delta 9 diamond distillate. If you're talking about Dr. Ganja, yeah. No, and Devo, everything from Beliefer is Type 3. Besides, I think their legendary banana Mac has some Type 2 phenos. What's the best vendor for seeds? Type 3 cannabis. What's up, Patrick? What's good? The best vendor for seeds. If you want seeds, I mean, obviously it depends on the amount. There's an ice cream truck coming. I'm gonna warn y'all in advance. You can probably hear it already. For seeds, it depends what you're trying to grow. The best genetics right now are coming from Zoe Therapeutics. Um, High Alpine is doing some cool crosses. Hoku, both of them, Um, even some stuff from Oregon CBD, which their direct to consumer part of their company is called GTR. It's very overpriced, but they got some good stuff. And now there's an alarm going off, of course. I'm in Compton right now, y'all. The city of Compton, famously. And there's just a million sounds going on in the background, so excuse that. I'm sorry. I'm about to roll up some. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Go get some ice cream, man. I'm trying to keep my carbs down, bro. I just thought 55 for 7 THCA flower grams. Look, if you're if you're trying to buy the THCA, which is not hemp, don't nobody come on here and call them THCA. Well, type 1 flower, because type 2 flower is different. But don't come on here calling type 1 flower hemp, because it's not. It's marijuana, right? But Dr. Ganja's type 1, I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I don't know the quality. I don't know the prices. 7 grams for 55 of marijuana. I mean, that's pretty over. I mean, I'm here in California. That's pretty pricey, because you could get an ounce for like here locally, you could get a zip for like 100, 120 of like some real good stuff. But I mean, you're getting if it's top tippy top shelf, 55 for a quarter. Not the worst deal ever, but I don't know. You gotta I look for some reviews. What's up from Vermont way in the East Coast? The best vendor for CBD RSO. The only vendor I know of that has any sort of like actual real potent RSO is Natural Nugs. I did a video on that. THCA is hemp. It's less than 0.3. Look, I made several videos on this. I talked about it. It's less than 0.3% because they test it intentionally without decarbing it. If you take any of that THCA flower and you give it the same sort of tests that they do with everything else, which and or let's say the police test it, that THCA is going to be decarbed and it's going to come back as obviously all that Delta 9 and everything. THCA is, they only call, listen, THCA is only hemp for these companies so that they could try to sneak it by the police and mail it in the mail and stuff. They test it early. It's legal. We're not about to go in. It's tight. Look. Look. No matter how it's tested or decarbed or whatever, hemp is not type 1 flower, and type 1 flower is not hemp. Okay. Hold on. Let me roll my window up so that's not so loud. And the reason I be doing, I be going live in the car and shit is because, when I'm at the crib, I got kids, y'all, and I don't have no sort of silence or a break. All right, let's wait for them to roll away. So that's why I be chilling in the car, when I'm like, while I'm out and doing stuff. Like right now, my kids are playing at the park and stuff, and they're doing all that. So I'm in here in peace. Yeah, Endling, if you say, I think, you said you're in North Carolina. I know in North Carolina, I know in Asheville, they got hella good weed for not that expensive. I don't know. I'm not there, but you might be able to find something cheaper locally. Will Elihu Bubba Kush 66 put me to sleep? It's definitely a heavy indica for sure. Definitely a heavy indica. So if that's what you're looking for, a nice relaxing end of the night strain, you do want help going to sleep, that's definitely a good choice for sure. Do you know anyone that gets extremely nauseated? It sounds like you're greening out. If so, would CBD help neutralize that if I mix it with type 1? Of course. CBD CBD counteracts and balances. Hold on, y'all. Look at these horses. So a cool thing people don't know. Let me know. Can you see? I love horses. And right here I don't live in Compton. I live in LA. But right here in Compton, there's a bunch of people that own their own little private ranches in this area. And there's a lot of horses and stuff. Anyways, it was like, oh yeah, CBD counteracts the effects of the THC. So if you want a nice high, and you want to be chilled and relaxed, definitely cut your type 1 with some type 3, and you'll definitely have a more balanced, full spectrum experience. Oh yeah, don't do the spray D8 flower, bro. Definitely not. My favorite band, I assume you mean like rock music and stuff like that. I'm not really into that. Um, but I am a Linkin Park fan, all right? Linkin Park Meteora is one of my favorite albums of all time, all right? Sam message retracted. Yeah, I can't see. Sam, if you said something foul, it automatically censored it. If not, though, send that again. Endling, you should try growing, bro. I don't know if you can grow. I don't know if you have the space to grow, but growing is a lot easier than people think. If you have any sort of outdoor space or any sort of woods nearby or anything, or if you have any space in your house or your garage, you could put up a small tent, enough to grow 1 or 2 plants. It's worth it. And it's way cheaper than buying. Is a Royal OG? No, I think from Elihu. I'm not trying to miss everybody. Oh, I think that the from Elihu, The Bubba Kush 66, I think, has a little bit more potent effects than the Royal OG, but the Royal OG just has that really nice OG Kush terpene profile, as where the Bubba Kush has a just a really dank, nasty Bubba Kush profile. Um, they're both really good though. They're equally stanky and loud. Some 18 my jam. You should try Type 2 flower. If you get sick from smoking THC flower, that means you're getting your equilibriums going off. You're getting the spins. You're getting nauseated. Smoke Type 2 flower, which naturally has more cannabinoids in it. Virgilio, I'm not ignoring you. I'm gonna get to you. Endling, if you have any sort of outdoor, even if you can't set up a nice indoor thing, if you have a backyard or just any sort of wilderness area that is not frequented by people anywhere around you, bro, if you germinate some seeds and you go put those seedlings out there and kind of let nature do it, especially if you're in North Carolina, that's a nice moist area. There's relatively it's a green area, relatively naturally nutrient rich soil and everything. You germinate some seeds and go put them out there and give it, at least minimal care. You could get a decent harvest of some flower just doing a guerrilla grow type of thing, and you don't really need any money or room for that. Okay, let me roll down my windows. I'm starting to cook in here. Let me see. How much CBD GM would you recommend adding to a... Ooh, that's a hard one. How much CBD would you recommend adding to a 14 gram in... The Shepherd's family, can you give me more information on what you're trying to ask? I don't want to... Does Zoe sell direct? Zoe does. All right, so look, people keep asking about burner and stuff, and I never showed on the channel or anything what it was I showed burner. So it was actually this right here, and it's funny, I found this was in my car for I don't know how long. The buds are actually flattened and everything. It still looks pretty good. Look, it's flattened. You see that? It was like underneath my seat. I don't know when I forgot that. And it looks kind of yellow and stuff. Trust me, there's a reason I showed this to Burner, because at the time, this was the absolute, and it's still pretty loud. I'm gonna roll some of this up and smoke it. Super dank, just super fuely. This is Blue Nitro from Zoe Therapeutics, and this is a part of the Lemon Octane family. It's a Bubba Kush cross, and it's just super pungent, extremely gassy Kush. All right, and Zoe Therapeutics, they're they're planning on going direct to consumer, because right now it's not. You can only buy their flower wholesale, um, and they're gonna go direct to consumer at some point in time. I don't know how much I can say. It's not like really secrets or anything, but I don't want to be putting I don't want to be putting companies' businesses out there and stuff, but they're working on it. All right, and they will have their flower available for you to buy in personal use amounts eventually. And their flower is good. Okay, their flower is amazing. It's really good. When they drop their direct to consumer flower, I have a feeling the top three is going to be Type 3, Beliefer, and Zoe Therapeutics. Not in any particular order either, but I feel like those are going to be the top three best quality, best Type 1-esque hemp flower producing companies there is. Can you recommend any full spec CBD edibles? I recommend making your own. That's what I recommend. Edibles are really easy to make, and you could take shake, you could take old flour, you could even take ABV, which is flour that you vaped already, and you can decarb that and cook that into either butter or oil, and make whatever you want. I say if you infuse cooking oil with hemp, that's more versatile than butter, because you use oil to make almost everything. You don't use butter to make almost anything. Butter is really good for baked goods, But if you infuse oil, and it's really easy, you can make anything with it. Think about anything that you use oil. That's what I recommend. Make your own. I have not tried Flow cookies. The name of that brand I went to see out in Vegas is Type 3, TYP3 instead of an E. Sam, watch my video. I just dropped a video on the new, not everything from the new drop from Believer, because most of the new drop was the same flavors as the last drop, but the two new ones, which was the Fruity Pebbles and the Legendary OZ, that's my most recent video. I need something to roll on. I don't have a rolling tray. I'm gonna use this box. When's that Type 3 guy coming out with his fire? Oh, wait, hold on. Oops, I'm moving. Yo, what's good, Rattle Can? Candy Boy Exotics. I don't know what that is. Buckets, the Type 3 guy. I was just talking to him about that. What I'm gonna try to do is when he releases his flower, I'm gonna go back out to Vegas and go live and do that or something like that. Make a video. Hopefully within like, I don't know. I think he's on here. Ask, or Patrick, if you're still on here, you could comment. They're asking when is Type 3 going public. If you're on here, leave a remark. Should be soon. I infused honey with 14 grams of indica strain. Would like to know. Oh shit! Hold on. Let me see. I infused honey. I would like to know if add CBD infused honey. Yes, Shepherd's Family. Yes, yeah. If you do like equal parts CBD to that THC, it'll definitely buffer some of the effects, but it won't completely take it away. You can still get the nice medicinal high that you're looking for, but the CBD will definitely take the edge off of it and actually add more therapeutic effects to it as well. I've never tried green. I got my OZ Kush from Herbal Rain. Okay, OZ Kush is one of my favorite. What do you think of Green Unicorn Farms? I never tried Green Unicorn, but I actually did go to their website the other day because somebody was asking me about them, and it looks overpriced, and it's like, it's sourced flower. I don't think they grow their own. So, for example, they have the Godfather OG. The Godfather OG they have on Green Unicorn is from Stony Branch Farms. That's who actually grew it in Illinois. Shout out to Illinois if anybody's here from Illinois. California and Illinois is my two home states. And Stony Branch now sells direct. So it's like if you were to get that, I just go to Stony Branch. Oh, by the way, y'all, Patrick from Type 3 Cannabis, he said he's shooting for 30 days. So he's aiming for a month from now. So what's today? It's the 5th. So, yep. Personally, I think Ag Life Farms. Okay, so Ag Life Farms, the controversy with Ag Life Farms is that they take other people's genetics and just grow them and just rename them, and so it makes it seem like it's more exotic than it really is. For example, the Pink Pixies is like Bubba Kush 77 from Zoe Therapeutics. And the wild shit is that Zoe Therapeutics sold them the clones. Like, Zoe Therapeutics sold them the clones. Ag Life just grew them out and renamed them. So if you like Ag Life's flower, that's what I mean. When Zoe Therapeutics comes out, you're going to have that same quality or better with a much better strain selection. And you're going to know exactly what strain it is, the genetics, who grew it, the grow process, and all that. Strain recommendation for slowing racing thoughts without causing any sort of a body high. That's a good one. Because generally, if you want to slow some thoughts, you want a nice indica, but you don't want a body high. So, slowing racing thoughts without a body high. I don't know. You'd have to find a nice hybrid. That's hard. That's hard. It's like a case by case basis type of thing. You'd have to try a nice hybrid that's kind of right in the middle and not leaning to either side. Godfather was grown in Wisconsin. It wasn't. Godfather OG is grown by Stony Branch Ag in western Illinois. I forgot the name of the actual town, but they are between the Quad Cities and like the Springfield or I forgot where, but they're in western Illinois. All right. Which CBD has the most lemoning, I don't know, limonene terp? I don't know off the bat, but I will say I recently tried some sour chem, I believe, from Elihu Farms. They don't have it on their website yet. They're going to, and that it smells like lime. Yeah, I haven't tried that Fabled. I've seen pictures of it. What's up, Shooting Insulin? That's a patron from the Patreon. Shout out to all my patrons on Patreon. Y'all are the truth. Do you get a stronger buzz if you mix strains? Absolutely. If you like, let's say you're using a bong or a pipe and you load up a bowl of one strain, you smoke it, wait 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and load up a bowl of a different strain and smoke that, it's gonna like compound the effects of both of them, and you're gonna get a way stronger buzz. And if you do it a third time, it's gonna compound the effects of that third flavor too. Someone's going crazy with that, man. Like I told you, I'm in Southern California, and that's the Palatero man he's riding around on his bike, honking his horn because he's selling the little he's either selling the little snow cones or the little corns, the little Mexican corns. But that's what they do. They ride their bike around honking the horn, going wild. You said either way, whatever Ag Life grows, I get it much cheaper from him. Well, yeah, because Ag Life is the grower and the wholesaler. So, generally, flour or anything for that matter is going to be cheaper when you buy it directly from the source or from a wholesaler. Like I said, Green Unicorn Farms resells everything. So they're a middleman. You're getting they got a profit too. So you're paying for their profit. So that's why I said only a select few companies that resell can I actually recommend, and that's companies like Herbal Arrangements and stuff. And that's because Herbal Arrangements they have some stuff that's exclusive. They have some stuff that's exclusive that nobody else has access to. So there's some flowers, some strains that the people grow it and they only sell to like Herbal Arrangements. But Green Unicorn says, okay, so here's the thing. All right, look, if anybody's questioning the green unicorn thing, unless they just added a new batch today or something, because I was literally just looking at this like yesterday. Go on their website, go look at their listing for the Godfather OG, look at the COA, and then go to Stony Branch Ag's website, go to their Godfather OG, and look at the COA. It is the exact same COA because Stony Branch provided it to um, Green Unicorn. Oh, hold on. You gonna walk? Okay. Um. Yeah, wedding cake from Ellie Who. That's a good one. I like that Ellie Who wedding cake. I bought a Nug Smasher Mini. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't have my glasses, so I'm over here. I bought a Nug Smasher Mini. Okay, would you recommend grinding the bud and then pressing? Uh, look, I am not a rosin pressing expert. All right, rosin that I pressed myself personally in the past, I squished the entire nug. Well, what I do is I have a puck maker, and I just stuff entire nugs into that, and then twist it, and it makes a puck. So I don't think it'll make a difference if you grind it up or not. If you're making pucks, if you don't have a puck maker, I definitely recommend getting one. It increases your yields when you're squishing your rosin like night and day. Uh, what are the best indicas to mix together that will put me out since I suffer from severe insomnia? Ooh, there's a lot of so fortunately in the hemp world, there's a lot of good heavy indicas, a lot of good cushes. That legendary OZ from Beliefer, I just posted a video on. That has some pretty strong indica effects. Um, and Beliefer actually has several different cushes and OG crosses. They're critical cushies. That's a good one that has a really nice terp profile, nice indica effects. Um, Beliefer just has several good OG, well, legendary OG crosses and stuff. And then just Kush strains in general. We were talking about Ellie Who on here earlier. Ellie Who has some good stuff. The Royal OG is really nice. The Bubba Kush 66 is nice. Those are both heavy indicas. I just stick with anything OG or Kush, really. But yeah, the one that I tried recently was the legendary OZ. What I'm smoking right now, this Blue Nitro, this is a nice heavy. Man, I'm getting old because the shit these kids be doing nowadays just is irritating. Uh, Stony Branch has some very good CBD flower. I'm gonna be dropping a Stony Branch video pretty soon. I'm gonna be like that's gonna be one of my next few uploads is my video on Stony Branch. Any recent Flow Garden release? I haven't tried Flow Garden since their Gelato OG, which was really good. I think that Gelato OG from Flow Gardens was my favorite. The My favorite flavor from Flow Gardens I've ever had. Um, that one's really nice. Oh, you see Patrick from Type 3, he does a lot of rosin. He knows more than I would. You see, he said leave the nug whole. Don't grind it up when you're gonna press for rosin. Jeronim, he said black tie CBD. Hey, if any of y'all, hold on, I'm looking for my lighter. It fell between the seat. If any of y'all, God damn it, if any of y'all are in the know, you've been on the channel or anything, let dude know about black tie, because he said black tie is prime. You're getting swindled. You're getting swindled, my brother. Where do you think the ceiling is for type 3? Do you mean like percentages or just quality? As far as percentages go, I think we probably hit the ceiling. I mean, no, not necessarily. I think they say that in I think they say in cannabis flower, the physical cap for cannabinoids in raw flower is like 38%. I think that's what it is, right around there, 37, 38%. So technically, I guess in the future, somebody could breed some type 3 flower that's like, you know, 30% CBD, 5% THC, something like that. That's possible. As far as quality goes, there's a man, CBD flower has came a long way, all right? It's came a long way, but we still got a ways to go. Because you still got what I'm smoking right now, this blue nitro that I showed to Bernard. This is top shelf stuff. But it's not touching. Like, if I could stay on live right now with y'all, go to the dispensary and just buy some average shit, like some shit that like kids would call mid nowadays, and it blows any of the best hemp out of the water still. So just as far as quality goes, type 3 flower has a long way to go. Look, the genetics are young, right? All of these genetics that we're smoking are maybe 6 years old at the oldest. As where all the best cannabis strains are decades old. And I mean, not cannabis, I'm sorry. All the best marijuana strains, type 1 strain, are decades old. And they're being worked on and cultivated and crossed and stuff by people who have been doing this for decades. And here in the hemp world, we have young genetics with people who have very minimal experience with cannabis. Bucket said the Remedy Kush from Believer puts me right to sleep. I believe it. Remedy by itself is a nice sleepy strain. For sure. So you cross that Remedy with, oh, that's a beautiful horse. Look at this horse. That's a beautiful horse. I love that. That's a pretty... a funny asking, what's up, Shabazz? Love from me. Hey, you in Inglewood, like Inglewood, California? Trevor Vaughn, what is your favorite online website to buy bud from? Like I said, right now, if I were to go and place an order for anything right now, it'd probably be for Believer. You feel me, bro? I'm smoking on the flower that I showed to Burner in that video where I met up with Burner on his birthday. This is that flower. I found a little bit of it tucked under my seat in the car. It's smashed. It's a little bit stale, but it's still smoking good. Ant Snowballs. Super quick rundown on type 1, 2, and 3 CBD. Type 1 CBD, or type 1 cannabis would be THC dominant. Okay, so type 1 is marijuana. Type 2 is mixed ratio, and type 3 is hemp. What my channel is about. CBD dominant cannabis. Anthony said black tie thumbs down. Anthony knows what he's talking about. Jesse said, I'm kind of skeptical on THCA hemp vendors. Yeah. I'm gonna be skeptical. I'm gonna be skeptical of anybody calling type 1 flower hemp. Manuel said black tie CBD is trash. I only had one CBD flower from them. Look, the quality of their flower is not even the biggest issue. The issue with black tie is the company itself. That's a yeah. Because I tried several strains from black tie, and the flower wasn't horrible quality or anything, but it was all renamed. Black tie has been renaming genetics since they've existed, but it's the people behind that's what makes it bad. Hold on, I'm gonna drive and talk to y'all. Oh, you feel me? This is Blue Nitro. It's a Kush cross from Zoe Therapeutics. It's not available to the public yet. Came a very long way. I remember when all there was to buy was Tweedle, Plain Jane, CBD. Yeah. CBD Hemp Direct was the first hemp company I ever heard of. And then I started watching reviews myself. Back in 2018, there was a couple people on YouTube that were making reviews of stuff that they were getting from like CBD Hemp Direct. That's not how I discovered type 3 flower, because like I tell people that existed already. But as far as an actual thing that people were purposely in large amounts growing and selling, and it was legal, I found out about it from watching these little channels on YouTube that they don't even exist no more. There was one dude. He used to review everything from CBD Hemp Direct. I never seen him. Anyways, actually, it's funny, y'all. I'm not going to read the comments for a quick second because I'm driving around the corner real quick. One of the people I used to watch who did reviews on type 3 flower, and this was before him. They're actually they I don't know, they got rid of their channel, and they're actually a subscriber on my channel now. There was this dude named Jay Ravello, and he actually lives out here in California in Orange County. I used to watch him, and now he's a subscriber on my channel. He be hitting me up on Instagram and stuff. Hold on here. Yeah, this is smoking good. This is still smoking real good. The flavor on this, is so gassy. Like I said, there's a reason why I chose this to show the burner. I think if I was going to meet up with Burner tomorrow, I'd probably show him some of that legendary OZ from Believer. I'm going to read y'all comments in a second. Let me just get to this parking lot. Damn, I don't even have my seatbelt on. Shit. Always wear your seatbelts when you're driving, man. Trust me. Um, that 2 seconds that it's going to take you to put it on, however much of an inconvenience that may be to you, that will save your life. Trust me, there are people get unalived in some very minor car accidents simply because they didn't have their seatbelt on. Very survivable. I'm talking about just minor, getting T-boned or getting rear-ended hard enough. Yeah, you could be sitting still. Somebody could be on their phone or something, not notice that you stopped, and rear-end you hard enough, maybe not even total the car, and your head can snap forward. Your head can snap forward, and you can sever your spine and stuff, and be done for from a fender, from getting rear-ended. Basically a fender bender, just because you didn't have your seatbelt on, because your seatbelt stops you. Stops you from flying to. Anyways, I'm ranting because don't drink and drive. Always wear your seatbelt, and don't smoke cigarettes. 3 things that if everybody does, your life expectancy goes much higher. All right. Let's get back to some comments. That's Charlotte's Web back in it. Man, a lot of the outdoor flower all the way up to like 2019, 2020 was suffering from bud rot. All of those early farms, all those big outdoor farms that most of them don't exist anymore, those were like corn farmers. Those were corn and like soybean farmers. And they thought that they were going to get rich quick by growing legal cannabis. And they threw a few thousand seeds out in the ground and didn't know how to take care of the plants. And you can't have a good outcome with acres of plants anyways. But you had inexperienced growers growing very, very weak, very young genetics. And so you add all that together and you just have a lot of trash, right? And yeah, almost all of the early hemp was trash. All right, even the professional stuff from Oregon CBD, the flower was very stable and nice, but the terpene profiles were trash. Have had good type 3 from 25. Okay, so 25-hour farms. I haven't tried them on the channel, y'all, because their whole menu is renamed strains. Like, y'all could put in the comments the flavors that they claim they have. They have like is listed as like Maui Wowie and Biscotti and like sherbet and shit. That's all Oregon CBD. The Maui Wowie, I believe, is just Hawaiian Haze. Their Biscotti is Lifter. The sherbet, like, it's all like Special Sauce, Electra, and like Bubba Kush that they rename to these exotic things. And I can't get jiggy with a company that does that, so blatantly too. And it's not like one example would be like Hemp Hop. Hemp Hop does that, but what they do is they name their phenos, and on their product pages they list what the actual cultivar is. They say, okay, this is Space Glue, which is a really like gassy pheno of sour space candy. 25-hour farms, they don't even do that. They just straight up rename their Oregon CBD to just exotic designer sounding flavor. All right. Drez, yo, what's good? Inglewood, California. Hey, a funny ass conservative. Hit me up on Instagram if you ever you need some flour, or you want to try some or some, hit me up. I'll hook you up with a care package, man. I got a lot of flour to give away, and it's expensive to be mailing it and shit, and I can't post anywhere giveaways. I do my giveaways, a couple times a year publicly. Now I have my website. It's easier. But you're local, funny ass conservative, so yeah, we could link up at any time, and I'll let you try some shit. Opinions on WNC CBD. WNC CBD is a classic company. Um, I don't like the direction that they're going with the Type 1 flower, because what WNC was for most of their existence was a supplier of really nice resold. They don't grow anything, but they would get exclusive sources like how Herbal Arrangements does now and stuff, and they always had really nice stuff. But now they're switching to Type 1 flower. I imagine that the CBD flower they have is still good. I talked to Mike a couple months ago, and he said he was planning on ramping up his Type 3 selection again, but I haven't seen that he's doing that. He's probably making too much money selling Type 1. WNC is a reputable company, though. It's just they're making more money selling marijuana. It's unfortunate. Damn. What's up with diesel hemp? I got that strawberry diesel. It was fire, but they don't seem to be doing anything new. I actually just got an email from them like last week saying that they are releasing a new line of Delta 9 gummies or edibles or something. Obviously, I told them I have to pass on that. I don't do that. I don't know. They don't really publicly announce when they get new stuff, or their marketing or advertising or social media. It's not that popping. So I don't know, and I don't talk to the people at Diesel Hemp all the time or anything. It's not, I'm not. There's nothing like that. So I don't know. Like you see, it had been like over a year, I think, since I had even done a video on them. I haven't tried the Fable from Flow Gardens. I see pictures, though. It looks good. How long did the effects of the legendary OZ last for? I went to sleep, so I don't know. I recorded that video.
Bitch, what you thought this shit was electric?
I recorded that video, and that was like already like 3 in the morning, and the effects from that got me. I was exhausted, sleep deprived. I hit the Fruity Pebbles first. It was cool, I wasn't like falling asleep. And after I hit that legendary OZ, though, I was like, I was done for. I was cotton mouth by the end and stuff, and like I don't know. I was sleepy, so I passed out. Dr. AEO, thank you for what you do. I just got back on CBD flower because of you. Man, that's why I do it. That's why I'm making these videos. That's why I'm talking to y'all now. I just want to let everybody know there's good stuff out there. I want to let everybody even know that Type 3 exists. The average American does not even realize that there is cannabis that is completely legal in the United States. And not only do they not even realize that it's legal, they don't even realize it exists. Most people don't even know that there is cannabis that you can buy and smoke that's low in THC and high in CBD. If there would be some sort of PR campaign, like a massive push to educate the population, oh man, you would see millions of people signing up to buy this. And that's why I really want my channel to grow and everything. I just want as many people to know this exists as possible, because I know so many people that could benefit from cannabis so much, but they don't want to get high, or they don't like getting high. And if they just knew that they could use this, it's a life-changing thing for some people. The lemon cookie dough from Atlantis. That's a pretty good one. The first CBD strain you smoked, uh, it was an Oregon CBD strain. I know that for sure. It was probably Sour Space Candy or something like that from Fields of Hemp way back in the day. The very first thing I ever smoked. Yeah. Um. Actually, no. You know what? I'm lying to y'all. Like I said, Type 3 flower did not come along with the Farm Bill and hemp. Type 3 flower already existed. The very first CBD strain I smoked would have been probably Harlequin back in like 2014 or something. That's the very first CBD strain I smoked was Harlequin. That was probably it was regular. It was like 16-17% CBD, like 1% THC. And that was way before hemp was a thing. Ever try Mr. Hemp flower? Nah, never. I don't. Have I even heard of that? I don't know, but I haven't tried them. I know. Dude said, I know you don't like THCA flower. Let's just call it regular weed, all right? There's a lot of vendors online. Which one is the best one to choose? I don't know. I don't deal with most of them. We were just talking about WNC. Like I said, I know WNC is a reputable company, as in you will get what, you'll have a good customer service experience and fast shipping and all of that, good packaging, all of that. There's nothing shady going on. But all this shit's overpriced, though. And WNC, their prices are wild. Their prices are wild. I think they got like $40 eighths or something for some of that Type 1. That's crazy. But I mean, if that's what you're comfortable paying, you're looking for something like that, you don't mind, I guess WNC. I don't really have like a solid, fair recommendation for that because I don't purchase it or anything. Thank you for doing all of these reviews for Type 3. You seem to be the only one keeping us in the loop. I try, man. I try. JK Distro is horrible. Man, look, I don't want to put down like black businesses and stuff, but I don't recommend JK. We'll just leave it at that, all right? They just, yeah. Hey, how you been, Shabazz? Joe Pacone. Hey, you're the dude that looks like Goblin on Instagram, huh? Like you look. I think your profile picture, you're a white dude, and you got the Goblin Midwestern middle class, spoiled white kid haircut that's like brushed over your forehead. Dude said one of the worst CBD vendors is Arete Hemp. I'm not gonna disagree with that. Look, Arete hasn't done nothing to me personally, but if you've been in the game, if you've been in hemp flower since the beginning, you know what Arete did. How is Cali pub weed smoking? We got yelled out and had to step out of the outdoor club for smoking up. And what? Security told us to walk down the street to smoke cigs and vape. Or okay, I'm not sure what. That's a difficult sentence to decipher. Are you saying you're in New Jersey? I don't know. How is Cali with pub weed smoking? I believe what you're trying to say is like smoking in dispensaries or lounges, something like that. That's not really a thing here. That's not really a thing here. I know that there's a few places like that exist, like some lounges and stuff, or like little restaurants or bars that are like cannabis friendly, but it's not a thing. I feel like that's more of an East Coast, definitely. That's more of definitely a New York thing or a British thing. I know in New York the lounges are a big deal and always have been. It's never been a thing here in Cali. In Cali, what What people do here in Cali is just we do the Friday scene with Ice Cube and Smokey on the porch. Chill on the couch, chill on the porch, whatever, and pass a blunt around. That's what we do in Cali. Yep, Anthony. Yep, Mr. Glock. I was smoking the blue nitro from Zoe. That's what I showed to Burner. Like I said, the buds are compressed and everything, and they're kind of yellow. But that it did look absolutely fabulous. Just smoked some lemon octane from Ellie Who. Yep, that's a good one. Hey, again though, funny ass conservative. Yeah, hit me up on Instagram, man. If I got shit that goes to waste. I can't. I got a lot of stuff. Um, I got a bunch of smalls from Ellie Who that I will never. I don't smoke enough to get through it. So, hit me up. Ever got flower from Starseed? Man, Starseed Botanicals. That's an old name. That's one of the OGs. Oh, that's from back in 2018. And no, I never tried them. I never did try. I never tried Starseed, and I never tried Apical Greens. And those were two of the big names back then, in the very beginning. And I never tried either of them. The Vlogs from Tweedle Farms. I wouldn't know about it. I don't really mess with Tweedle Farms. Man, don't get me started on Tweedle Farms. Tweedle Farms ain't a bad company. They've struggled to catch. They struggled to keep up with the quality though. Any hint on when Type 3 is gonna come out? He was on here earlier. He said he's shooting for a month from today, 30 days. Hold on, y'all. Discord. What about Discord? WNC let me down. How did WNC let you down? And I'm not shilling for WNC or anything. Like I said, their prices, Mike is tripping, man. $40 an eight. There ain't no, like, the people that go buy cookie stuff and they pay like $50, $60 an eight. I think they're fools. I really think they're fools. And if you ever see me with cookie stuff, that's because I got the hookup and I got that for free, pretty much. I'll just say that. Not stolen, nothing illegal, but for free. I would never, even if I smoked Type 1 flower, I would never pay no 50. I would never pay 40, 50, 60. I think the most I ever paid for an eighth was $35. I used to go to the dispensary back before it was recreational in medical days, between 2010 and 2015. I used to go to the dispensary and get zips, sometimes for like $80. Good value vendors. Oh shit, man, I'm kind of buzzed. I had just I was just talking about this on Reddit or something. Good value vendors though would be the good outdoor dudes. So stuff like Ellie Who is good, and they got a lot of cushions and like sticky stuff, dank stuff. You got Horn Creek hemp that they got some, like, I think they be having like $30 ounces sometimes, and it's not like top shelf. What I would call like the value or like the budget stuff is not going to be like the absolutely top shelf super supreme stuff, but it's still smokable. So yeah, like the stuff like Ellie Who, Horn Creek, Lost Oak Farms, Arrowleaf hemp, if you like the strains they have. Man, my long-term memory is impaired right now. Oh, Diesel hemp. Diesel hemp. I just did a video on them not too long ago. The garlic breath and the strawberry diesel. They got those for $40 a zip. That's, if I only have $40 and I wanted to get a zip of some CBD flower, I would go get the diesel hemp zips. That's what I would go right now, just personally. Remember, y'all, use my coupon codes too in my video descriptions and in my Instagram bio. I have my landing page links, and in my landing page I have all the coupon codes for all these places. So don't be paying full price. Make sure you use the coupon codes, and make sure you check out the website shabazz420.com. Love your videos, man. Just got a bunch of new stuff from Holy City and Akira. Yo, thank you. That Akira stuff. You know what? I got an Akira vape right here. I got the pink pineapple. Look. So this is my just going to the store bag. And this is the smell proof cookies one, and then I got the bigger, like kind of like a quarter backpack size type thing, smell proof bag as well. And in there I got everything. But yeah, I got the Akira vape right here. I got the pink lemonade. That's a pink lemonade. That's a pretty good one. The Akira stuff. Look, the Akira vapes, the carts, they're expensive. I think what is it, like $40 a cart, 35, something like that. It's pricey for sure. I don't think like gram carts should be like $25 max. But so the Akira stuff is good though. I know a lot of people have been picking up from them. Make sure you use my coupon code though, because it definitely helps. What do you think of JK Distro? Look, I just talked about JK Distro. I'm not gonna sit here and go crazy and bash because I don't want to. I'm gonna stay honest. I don't recommend them. And what you mentioned is a big reason why. He said, I think they're a joke and they're buying YouTubers. Well, that's a big, huge reason why a lot of people don't like JK Distro, because they pay people to make commercials. They pay people to make commercials. I see, like, there's a certain couple YouTubers. I don't even call them reviewers because they don't make reviews. They make advertisements. YouTubers that constantly, nonstop upload stuff about JK Distro, and they're all dripped out in JK stuff or whatever. Look, I'm not trying to knock nobody or nothing. I don't be on that. All right, I don't like talking down on people or whatever. But my channel stands on like honesty. All right, my channel stands on no opinion or video you see is bought and paid for. Like I always say, you're not gonna see me or hear me say that I like something that I don't because somebody gave me $500 or whatever. It's not gonna happen. It never has, and it's not gonna happen. So yeah, I don't like companies that are completely basing their customer base off of paid advertisements. And like, it's different if you go put an ad out in High Times magazine or something, okay? But paying people to lie to people, that's not just that's just no. That's a big negative. Dude said they're definitely buying. Yeah. Said, I learn about type 3 cannabis from you. I microdose CBD edibles daily. It has improved my life so much. Man, I'm happy for you. Starseed Botanical. I don't. Is Starseed Botanicals even in business? Somebody keeps asking me. I don't even think if they exist still to this day. I'm very surprised. I thought that they shut down a long time ago. Yeah, that's an old company. You have to get a really famous influencer to make it more popular. If you're talking about CBD flower, what I think needs to make it, there's a lot of people, like the more middle-aged people or conservative middle-class people that really hate influencers, and they hate anybody that didn't like struggle to work and like walk 10 miles to school when they were young. They hate anybody that they think has it easier than them. That's like the whatever. But a lot of people hate influencers and don't care about an influencer's opinion. So what I think we need to have a few celebrities or athletes really push it. And I don't mean like the bullshit CBD lotions and stuff like that, and like CBD isolate broad spectrum gummies and tinctures, because you have people like Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker, and there's a ton of celebrities. There's a ton of celebrities that are pushing like CBD products, but not hemp flower. And that stuff's a lot of that stuff's snake oil. It don't do nothing, especially when you're talking about broad spectrum. It don't do nothing. There's a few cannabinoids in isolated forms that are very useful, such as like CBN and CBG and stuff. But CBD really benefits. It really CBD uses THC as like a catalyst to take effect in your body. Diesel hemp Delta 8 flower is the only one I felt. Yeah, I'm not talking about no Delta 8 flower. Delta 8 flower, HHC flower, THCP flower, none of that. That's all sprayed stuff. I don't mess with that. Never have, never will. I'm talking about their straight type 3 greenhouse flower. What are your thoughts on the Cosmic Kush from Holy City Farms? Um, it's pretty good. That's sour space candy crossed with Bubba Kush. It's definitely in the terpene profile. Definitely way more sour space candy. You don't really get any of the Kush. So I think that cross could have been done better. They needed to really hunt out more phenols and stuff, because you could have gotten a more balanced terpene profile. Or really what I would like to see is just the chocolate and coffee cushiness from the Bubba with that citrus spice from the sour space candy. But on the Cosmic Kush, you just get a slightly more gassy sour space candy. But it's not bad quality flower though. I just discovered and made my first order with Branded Leaf. I never heard of that company. I got some casino cookies from WNC. Was trash. Ain't ordered since. Casino cookies. I'm sure WNC bought that wholesale from CBD Hemp Direct and was reselling it. Not necessarily though, because Medgrow Farms actually pheno hunted bag seed of that casino cookies, and now there's other people growing it. But that whole genetic is not good. Casino cookies, I'm pretty sure, was a renamed Oregon CBD, like a special sauce or something, that CBD Hemp Direct sold back in the day, and people took the bag seed and are now growing the children of those bag seeds and are still continuing to call it casino cookies. It don't got nothing to do with cookies, man. $35 ballers. I'm backwards to been getting my flour from Herbal. Yeah, Herbal Arrangements. Like, not everything Herbal Arrangements has is going to be absolute crazy, but Herbal Arrangements definitely, I have had definitely majority positive experiences with them. My bad. Public weed smoking. Couldn't fit in that in the comment, like we were at an outdoor nightclub. Everybody smokes weed outdoors here in California, man. Everybody smokes weed out here. People drive around and smoke weed. People stand outside their houses. People walk down the pier and smoke weed. Yeah, in like a private establishment, like in a bar or a nightclub, they're not gonna let you. But just a public in general, yes. Everybody is, and they have been since I was a kid. It's just one of those things though. It's one of those laws that like cops haven't enforced for a long time, and so it just became a thing. Zoe needs to go public. Yeah, Zoe, I believe, is going to go public, soon. They were supposed to already, but they had some hiring issues or something. I don't know. Why does Clutch City name their strains whatever they want and charge so much? I feel like it's all hype. Yeah, that's a big issue that a lot of people have with Clutch City. Their prices, Clutch City doesn't really, I will say they charge the same amount as like Beliefer, WNC, Atlantis, any of the other people's, like $25 an eighth is pretty standard. It could be $20 an eighth. $100 an ounce, I think, would be the best price point where the farmer can profit and the consumer can save. But $25 an eighth, Clutch City ain't. They're not higher than anybody else. But the issue with them renaming flavors, though, in my opinion, that's a bad business move because most people don't like it. And I know a lot of people have stopped buying from them ever since they did that. They started it off with the Sorbet and Zello drop, and ever since then they've just refused to disclose the genetics aside from the side piece. And I'm not rocking with that decision. I've been vocal about that. I've Clutch City themselves. I've texted the owner and told him that's not a good move. People aren't gonna like that, but what can you do? It's good. It's good quality flour though, and it's not. They're not overpriced at all. But the renaming of the flavors, I don't know. Hopefully they don't stick with that model for long because most of the companies that have done that throughout the existence of hemp flour don't exist anymore. So it's not a good thing to do. Transparency with your customer base is always the best policy. You ever mess with two strains? Yeah. Two strains has some fire back in the day. I don't even know if they're still open, but I used to get flour from two strains in like 2020, 2019. No, in 2019 and 2020, I used to mess with two strains. They always had good stuff back then. I haven't seen anything about them in years though. Whatever happened to Monroe Farms? Look, Monroe Farms, like I was talking about earlier, Monroe Farms, they tried to grow cannabis like it was corn. They grew out probably dozens or hundreds of acres of Oregon CBD genetics and got biomass and tried to sell the smokable flower. That business model doesn't work now. Anybody who tries to do that is gone. Monroe Farms is an unfortunate casualty in that, but by their own doing. Clutch City, probably the best I've had. I gave Clutch City Farms the best indoor flower of 2022. But since then, I'll say they've been surpassed. Clutch City, I think if they switch to because Clutch City grows with salt, and so you're not gonna get the best flavor with that. Not with hemp genetics. Hemp genetics are too immature. So if let's say Clutch City started growing with living soil, oh yeah, I think yeah, they'll be back up there, in that top three. I'm not saying that they're bad or anything. Clutch City they still grow some of the best hemp for sure. But I wouldn't say that they are the best anymore. And that's not because their quality went down. It's just other people's quality went up. I need to get into the hemp market. I want to start my own business. Man, it's hard. The only way I would say if you want to come into the hemp market and find great success and make a name for yourself, you got to be crossing your own genetics. Because just growing top shelf flower, you have 10 people in the country right now supplying everybody or selling directly. Tippy top shelf, is the best that it can get for hemp right now, but they're all doing the exact same genetics. Everybody's growing the same 10 strains right now. So you would just be another fish in that pond. So I think if anybody wants to come in and stand out and do anything good and make some sort of impactful change to the hemp industry, you would have to come in and breed. Bring new genetics to the market, because that is what is absolutely needed, and that's what is not oversaturated. Bro, why don't you review type 2 phenols? I have. I said at the beginning of this, or I said at the end of last year and the beginning of this year, I said on my channel, here and there, I'm gonna start introducing type 2 flower, and I have. I've done a few type 2.5 videos, most notably the side piece 2 type 2 pheno, the gelato OG. I checked out Beliefer's Legendary Banana Mac briefly, and I did a video on the Gorilla Glue from 5 Leaf Wellness, which in that video I said mistakenly that it wasn't related to Gorilla Glue at all. It was just called, man, I was tripping. I think smoking that, the couple days before I made that video messed with my memory a little bit. That absolutely is actually a CBD type 2 cross of Gorilla Glue. That Gorilla from 5 Leaf Wellness. That is a Gorilla Glue genetic. So that actually does have Gorilla Glue genetics in it. It carries a terpene. Like I said, it smells like Gorilla Glue for sure. But that's a 101 type 2, and I did a video on that. So you got to watch more video. You got me looking at 3-year-old email, man. Everybody got a pass in the history. CBD Hemp Direct now sells THC. Yeah, I didn't even know that. That's wild. It's a miracle. It's amazing that CBD Hemp Direct is still in business, but I think CBD Hemp Direct and Tweedle Farms, both of them are surviving off of their very large base of repeat loyal customers. That, and then they have really good SEO. They got really good SEO, because if you go on Google right now and you type in hemp flower, they're gonna pop up. So Tweedle survives off of new people on Google and their returning customers, and CBD Hemp Direct too. But if it wasn't for those two things, both of them companies would be bankrupt. Randall Can said, how you feel about Rogue Origin? I tried Rogue Origin one time back in 2020. The beginning of 2020. The video is here on my channel. You could go find it. And it was okay flower for that time, the standards of flower then. But it was all Oregon CBD genetics, I think, and then Bubba Kush. And it wasn't even that good then. So I don't know. Are they growing indoor now, or greenhouse, or doing something good? I couldn't tell you now. When I did try them though a few years ago, they were average. Who's the best in your opinion? Yeah, like I said, Beliefer, Type 3 when they drop, Zoe Therapeutics when they drop, but what you could go purchase right now online, I probably, like I said, I go for some Beliefer. Have you tried the 93 Pheno from the OZ Glaze that just dropped? No, I haven't tried anything from Mountain Flowers Hemp in like at least a year. Yeah, Beliefer is on fire. Yeah. Yo, Shabazz, what's good? What's good with you? Does vaping CBD get you more buzz? No, it's the opposite. Vaping CBD flower gives you less effects than smoking it. When you vape type 1 flower, you're vaping a high dose of THC. And so you just get that like nice, really clean blast of THC. But with CBD flower, you're getting a lot less of the THC microdose that's in the flower and other cannabinoids. So you're getting less of effect. When you combust, I know combusting isn't as good for you, but when you combust CBD flower, you're getting all of that that's in there. You're getting all of that that's in there. Full decarboxylation of every cannabinoid that's in there. You're getting the full THC microdose. So yeah, way stronger. If to get the same effects from vaping, I gotta sit there and vape like 3 chambers of flower to get the same effect as like 1 joint. Yeah, but vaping is very much the healthier choice. You definitely do want to do that from a health standpoint. Smoking on that grape eraser, is that the from Hoku? I know the genetics eraser is from Hoku, but I think somebody else grew that. Said, what's the best way to store flower long term? The best way to store cannabis long term is you want to put it in an airtight jar, like what are those called? A mason jar, a ball mason jar, that has the two-piece lid. You want to put it in that, and then you want to keep that in a cool, dark place. Not a cold place, but not a hot place. A cool, like room temperature or slightly lower, like between 70 78 degrees, and dark for long-term storage. So I'm talking about, like, in like a cabinet somewhere, under your bed, inside your closet, for long-term storage, because you want to keep it too high or too low temperatures will really mess with the terpenes and also the consistency and the moisture levels in the flower. And you want to keep it in the dark because UV rays from the sun or artificial light breaks down that chlorophyll and the terpenes inside the flower, and your flower will go yellow. It will turn, all of the green in the flower will turn into yellow, and in turn it'll smell like old pine needles. So yeah, keep it out of the light and keep it out of extreme temperatures. Is Beliefer a one guy on his own? Pretty much. Yep. He does pretty much all of it by himself. Yep. Vaping is the way to go. I suggest turning up the temp on the crafty. I've vaped on all my vapes on the highest temps. I just feel like I just no matter what I've tried or done or what device I've used, it just never gives me as strong or as long-lasting effects as smoking. Hold on, average hemp guards, what's good, bro? Dude said you still on the wagon. He said you still on the wagon with, you know what? I haven't had a glass of Ovaltine in a couple, like, over a month, because I'm trying to cut back on my carbs. And Ovaltine, like when I make a glass of Ovaltine, I gotta fill up damn near half the glass with the powder. I like a little bit of milk with my Ovaltine, and so that's hella carbs because that's all sugar right there. And then milk itself has carbs. So like all my drinks I drink sugar free, because sugar is carbs, man. And so I haven't had Ovaltine in a while. I've been craving it, man. I love Ovaltine though. You know what the unfortunate thing with Ovaltine though is that it's made by Nestle, and Nestle is an awful company. If there was a black tie of like the food world, it would be Nestle. Nestle's atrocious. They're awful. They've done awful things to people, to the environment. But man, Ovaltine is just so delicious. It's that malty chocolate flavor. When you're smoking, when you smoke and you got that smoky, whatever flavor in your mouth from smoking, and you got the munchies, that Ovaltine hits different, man. It hits so good. So it's unfortunate, but I still got a bottle of it. But I've been trying to cut back on my carbs, man. Nice, man. That's good, bro. Ovaltine will put fat where fat shouldn't be. Yep. And it's funny is I don't eat a lot of carbs. I don't eat a lot. The reason I'm overweight is because I live such a sedentary lifestyle, man. I get almost no physical exercise whatsoever. None. I hardly, and that's not by, I want to say that's not by choice, but it kind of is. But it's just, I'd be busy, dude. I'd be busy editing videos, filming videos, working when I'm not doing that. I don't have a lot of time. And then there's really nothing about a cannabis lifestyle that is really a physically active thing. You know what I mean? Unless you're actually out there farming or something. But And half of my life damn near is consumed with dealing with cannabis, making videos, just doing this, just whatever, and no part of that is burning calories or anything. It said, did you get any anxiety when you started smoking CBD flower after panic attacks with type 1? It's been difficult for my subconscious to unlearn that I'm not going to have a THC like experience. No, I didn't. But you know why? Like I said, I had tried uh, CBD flower type 3 cannabis was a thing before hemp. Going back to ACDC and Charlotte's Web and Harlequin in the early 2010s, that they started breeding for people with like epilepsy and stuff. I had tried that flower already, so I knew exactly what type of effects those ratios of cannabinoids would have. And not only that, but if you don't know, I was involved with cannabis way before hemp. I've been in the California, like especially the medicinal marijuana scene back before it was made legal in 2016. I grew flower, I sold flower, I distributed flower, I worked at dispensaries. Um, I did all types of stuff involving marijuana. I had my own little collective for a time. Um, I've always been very, very passionate about cannabis. And you could read my whole story. If you go to my website, shabazz420.com, I have my little biography. And it's a little bit of a long read, but I kind of talk about my journey with cannabis from the first time I smoked weed when I was like 15 or 16 up till now. Um, but I've always been super passionate about cannabis. Just there was something about it. It was just the natural way that it can heal people, and it's a beautiful plant. It's a beautiful plant, and it smells. The terpenes, the complex, just smorgasbord of terpenes that are in this plant is just wonderful, and it affects people in such a positive way. I always say if everybody walked around high every day, there would be no wars, there would be no road rage. Um, there would just be far less crimes and murder and stuff. If everybody, it's a good thing for people, and it doesn't hurt you. It doesn't. It's not like cigarettes or alcohol where it can impact your health negatively. So when I started smoking hemp flower, I was so thirsty for it. I was so thirsty for cannabis because I couldn't use type 1 flower anymore. You know, um, I couldn't get high, so I dove right in. I had no anxiety about it. This is a long answer to a question, but I had zero anxiety. I had uh, such a strong buildup of anticipation, and that's what's built this channel up to where it is now. Dude said, my job is nothing but walking, and I still got it. Man, hey, you must be eating good then. You must be eating good. You're blessed. You're healthy. Um, if I walked all day, I would be a skinny dude. I would be a skinny dude because like I said, I don't eat a lot of calories throughout the day or anything. I'm overweight just because I burn no fat whatsoever. He said, "Who drinks Ovaltine? Man, you must be new to the channel, man. When I smoke a good indica on the channel, I get the munchies. Um, I gotta end my videos and go get a tall glass of Ovaltine or a Go-Gurt. I love Go-Gurts. That's why they're talking about Ovaltine on here." He said, "For me, when I start rolling up, I know it's gonna be a lazy day unless it's after work to relax." Yeah, I feel you on that one. But that's why they got sativas and stuff. Miguel, was good. Gotta run, but love the live streams. We'll check back in the next video. Keep your gooch and your heart in sync, and you will never be led astray. Peace, bro. That's quite the that's quite the exit. You know what I call a gooch? That's the Jungle Bridge. Anybody on here is fans of Trailer Park Boys? I love Trailer Park Boys. I watched the whole series so many times. over and over. But you know, Ricky, he calls the gooch the jungle bridge. So I've just that's what I don't call it. To me, that's a weird word, gooch. But the area between the area between the man pouch and the back door on a dude, that's a jungle bridge. High CBD numbers aren't actually a good thing if you're trying to get a buzz. You got to look at the ratio. You got to look at the ratio. But generally, if you have an average amount of total THC with an elevated amount of CBD, you're going to get less of a buzz because that means you have more CBD that's taking away the effects of your THC microdose. If you want more of a buzz, you want to get as close of a THC to CBD ratio as you can. So let's just say you have two strains, they're both 0.8% total THC, but one strain has 10% CBD, the other strain has 15% CBD. It's more likely that the strain with 10% CBD is going to give you a stronger buzz because you're feeling more of the THC. Frank, any pipe or pipe filters to reduce the harm for the lungs? You could vape. You could get yourself a Crafty Plus. You could get yourself a X Max V3 Pro. You could get yourself a Da Vinci IQC. You could get yourself a Planet of the Vapes 1, and you will do no damage to your lungs. Vaping does, because it's not combusting anything, you're doing no damage whatsoever. If you want to just reduce the damage to your lungs, yeah, I don't know. I don't, cannabis, look, cannabis smoke, science has shown that it doesn't really damage your lungs. Nobody has ever gotten lung cancer or emphysema or anything like that from smoking cannabis. And if they have, it's probably because they're smoking it out of tobacco blunts or they're rolling spliffs with tobacco inside of it, but just raw cannabis is not. There's no evidence that shows that you are hurting yourself. But if you want to 100% eliminate that threat, then get a dry herb vaporizer. And I have on my website, I have a whole section where I'm talking about dry herb vapes with links. There's a dry herb vape out there for every budget, including, you know what? I got a little $60. I got this little bust down hippie pipe I did on the channel. Oh shit. And this is like this is kind of like a knockoff Dynavap, but this is an analog dry herb vape, and this costs like $50-$60. So if you're really on a budget, you get something like this or the Dynavap. I don't recommend these though unless that's all you can afford. If you can drop the $100 and get an electric battery powered device, I recommend that 100%. How does this go on? You could get the Planet of the Vapes 1 or the X Max Starry V3 Pro from Planet of the Vapes. And I got links for all that in my landing page and my website, but those two are about $100. And if you're worried about safety and you smoke or you use a lot of flower, it's a good investment. Do certain terps actually get you higher? You know what? That's the big thing to say in the cannabis world. Everything's about terps. But in my experience, I don't notice any sort of big difference between strains higher in certain terps or the other. Not anything noticeable. Walk 30 minutes a day after dinner. Yeah, I should probably be doing that. Yep. Sam said, yo, Shabazz, if you need a volcano for a video, hit me up. Yeah, I want to get a volcano eventually. I don't know what you're insinuating or getting at, but I definitely want to get a volcano. Maybe not necessarily to use in all the videos because it's a whole it's a whole ordeal plugging that up and having it sit there and everything. But I do want to get one for personal use and to make a video on. Miguel said got a PO box. Look, anything like that. If y'all want to get in touch with me, like personally for anything like that, to arrange anything or anything like that, DM me on Instagram or go on my website. On my website, I have contact. I have a contact tab. Um, or also, I have my email on my YouTube channel right here. What strains are high in CBN? Off the top of my head, I can't think of any strains that are naturally high in CBN. What I recommend with CBN, if you want CBN, go to there's a company called 3Chai. I think it's 3CHI. I guess it's 3Chai. They have CBN isolate. I think it's only like $10 a gram. Get some of that, and you can dab it. You could just put it under your tongue and let it melt, or you could put it on top of flour and smoke it if you want a good dose of CBN. Do you still recommend wilted flowers? I haven't tried. I don't. First of all, I don't even know if wilted flowers is still in business. I'm assuming they are since you're asking, but I haven't tried anything from wilted flowers since the last video I made of them, which was like probably 2 years ago. So I can't really speak on them. You ever tried Velux from Tweedle? No, I haven't. I haven't tried anything from Tweedle in a long time, over a year. Sauce Warehouse carries CBN ice. Oh, I didn't know that. Sauce Warehouse is a good company. And Sauce Warehouse is like, it's a situation like Beliefer, where it's like a dude running things himself. So definitely support Sauce Warehouse. If they got what you need, cop it from them. Support a smaller business. Delta 8 spaced me out. Yeah, I used a lot of Delta 8 distillate at one point when it first came on the scene. I never did any type of Delta 8 flour, no type of sprayed flour. Pure Delta 8 and not Delta 8 that has like 20-30% THC, which most of it did. Delta 9 THC, but pure Delta 8 is not bad. I had a little period of time where I liked Delta 8. It was much more tolerable than Delta 9. But the problem with Delta 8 was that just almost all of it, like 90% of the Delta 8 that was available on the market, had a huge chunk. Like a fifth of it was Delta 9 THC. And so it's just playing with people, not your health, because you're not going to get sick, but it's playing with people's mental health. You might Delta 8 might be good for you, and then you get a bad batch of Delta 8 that has like 20% Delta 9 and have a terrible anxiety attack. Just ruin your day. And so I couldn't keep recommending that to people or even using it myself. It just wasn't worth the risk. I still have some Delta 8 though. It was so much of it went around. Do you know of any growers that would let you tour and look at their flowers? Yep. Yep. Something like that might be happening later on in the year. Um, don't anything can happen. Don't get your hopes up or anything, but I may have the opportunity to go check out some farms. The batch of Velox I got was one of the creamiest strains I've ever had. Tastes like sweet cream. That sounds good, but it has to be accompanied with some sort of gas or kush or skunk. If it just smells like sweet cream, and it's not for me. I like the desserty, sweet candy strains, but they gotta come equipped with something dank. Damn, Royal OG has my palate spoiled. Royal OG is a good one. Royal OG is a good one for sure. If you like that Royal OG, try that legendary OZ from Beliefer. It's got a real nasty, dank stench to it, similar to an OG type of smell. It's skunky and it's gassy. So it's a similar thing for sure. What I smoked earlier, that has my mouth still with a Kush taste to it for sure. You ever ordered from Secret Nature CBD? I feel like they're taxing. See, I did one video on Secret Nature. Um, you could find it in my videos or just search it, Shabazz Secret Nature, or whatever. I reviewed their uh, I don't remember what's. It was one of their flagship strains, like one of their flavors that they always have had. They had a really good sale for like a holiday. It was like Memorial Day or something one year. They had like it was like 30% off, and so it brought the eighth down to like $28. And I was like, you know what? I'll do it for the video. Now, one time I bought a eighth of flower from Secret Nature. Um, and it was average indoor. It was average indoor. It was probably renamed too. I don't remember what flavor it was, but most of their stuff is renamed, resold. Average indoor. That's what I tried. It was just kind of. It wasn't that terpy. It looked nice. It smoked nice, but it wasn't anything exceptional when compared to other top shelf hemp flower. And then obviously the price is atrocious. So, in summary, what I think about Secret Nature is that you can get what they have or better for far less money. So don't waste your money on Secret Nature. Will 160 proof California legal Everclear pull a tincture from flower? Yes. Yeah, I haven't done it myself, but I know people that do. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, okay. I've checked out Secret Nature twice technically, because I checked out their carrot cake flour that Cookies was reselling, and carrot cake is not an actual genetic, so that was probably like, I don't know, Suver Haze or something. Um, and again, it was good looking flour. You know, it was nice, like hydro indoor. It smoked okay or whatever, but it wasn't anything exceptional. All right, so yeah, the two times I tried Secret Nature, um, it was just way overpriced for what it was. Secret Nature, with the flour they have should be like $20 a eighth. You know, maybe they would have some sort of respect. But yeah, that CBD flour from Cookies, that ended up being a big letdown, which is why I went and showed Burner flour, because I had to show him, like, look, there is good, like, dank flour. Like, there is flour that you could sell to people that should belong in a Cookies bag. Because the Secret Nature, that ain't it. That ain't it. It is not good enough to be in a Cookies bag. I'm not saying Cookies is the best, but the best weed ever. But when you get Cookies flour, you're paying a premium price for some sort of a premium experience, and you're not going to get that. He says Secret Nature is average. Yeah, like I said, Secret Nature is average indoor. It's not like they got some junk biomass outdoor stuff. It's indoor flower, but it is definitely um it's definitely just average indoor. There's nothing special about it whatsoever. Frank, YouTube censored your thing. You got to retype that out. Your message, your comment. I mean, can I see that? Let me see. Put user in timeout. That's wild. I could put y'all in timeout. Man, I am hungry. I am so hungry. Got the munchies, man. Kush strains give me the munchies so bad. I don't even know what I would want. I think right now I would love a plate of barbecue, man. I watched that show, Barbecue Showdown on Netflix. Man, I just be watching the TV, just salivating, man. A good plate of some barbecue would be fire right now, like some brisket with an intense smoke ring to it, some good chicken, like a spatchcocked game hen or something. Oof, man. Some nice mac and cheese, some biscuits. Oof, man. Yeah, I go crazy for that. Any news on Type 3 Flower? Yep. Type 3 Flower was in here commenting for a cool minute, for like a whole hour. The Patrick from Type 3 said he's aiming to release his flower in 30 days. Does your Hawaiian, no, does sour Hawaiian haze smell like Type 1 haze? I don't think so. No. It don't smell like the opposite of haze, but it doesn't have, it doesn't, I never had a lot of experience with different hazes. I know most haze strains were more like citrusy and had that haziness to them, but they smelled like marijuana though. You could tell it's a haze marijuana strain, and any type of Suver haze or Hawaiian haze or sour Hawaiian, it don't have that marijuana haze smell to it. It might have the citrus or whatever, but and the airiness, but it don't have that marijuana-esque kind of like piney, skunky type of smell. Oh look, Patrick from Type 3 is still here. He's still here, y'all. He said we're hitting that brisket when you're out here. Man, I really want to go to that Palms buffet. I keep saying the next time I go out to Vegas, I got to go to the Palms and hit that what is it called, the Ace buffet they got. I got to go to that. I'm so disappointed. I got blue balled last time, twice actually, because I went to Vegas twice in 2 weeks, and both times I couldn't hit the Ace buffet. Looking for the best wholesale price. The best wholesale pounds, units. I'll probably go with Elihu. There you could get good stuff for really cheap, like outdoor flour. I've seen good outdoor flour go for like 150 a pound. But it's not a consistent thing. You got to really search and find those people that have it. But it just, if you wanted to go online right now and pick up a pound, probably Elihu is gonna have the only type of dank units for a couple $100. I like barbecue shows for sure. Yeah, I like them barbecue competitions, man. That's crazy. There was another barbecue show on Netflix years ago. I don't even remember what it was called, but yeah, like one of my goals, I want to get one of the nice grills with the smoker on the side and everything. Just go crazy, man. Just go crazy. I want to get the brisket on there, some shrimp kebabs, throw a whole juvenile alligator on one side with the mop sauce on it. Oh, give it a long cook, a nice heavy smoke on it, man. I'm hungry. Why do most type 1 smokers, in your opinion, think that high THC is the only real deal and best type of cannabis? Like, why are they closed off to CBD and mixed ratio flower? They're uneducated on the benefits of other cannabinoids other than Delta 9 THC. Most marijuana smokers think that most marijuana smokers smoke marijuana to get high. This is a simple answer. They smoke weed to get high. And so if they can't get high, they don't see any value in it. They think, why am I going to spend money on something that doesn't get me high? They don't understand the viewpoint of somebody who doesn't enjoy getting high or needs a larger cannabinoid ratio than just THC. Because there's people that use cannabis for medicinal reasons and they need those other complementary cannabinoids like the CBC and the CBG and the acidic forms of things like the CBGA and the CBDA or CBDV, all of these other minor cannabinoids. People that are using cannabis for medicinal reasons, they need those. And high THC marijuana don't have that. Or it's people like me and a lot of y'all that can't handle or don't like being high. So people that only smoke weed to get high, they're not going to see any type of value in weed that don't get them high. That's why. I'm from New York and that old New York City haze. Man, I want to go to New York so bad. Like, I be watching a lot of stuff. I mean, just, I'm a big hip hop connoisseur, right? I love hip hop, I love rap, I love music. And so I know as much about New York, I feel like, as somebody could know without being from there, right? I haven't been there yet. I'm gonna go. In like the next few years, I want to go to New York. Yeah, me and Miss Shabazz are gonna go take a few days out there and patrol around NYC. And I'll definitely, when I'm out there, definitely have to check out the cannabis scene out there. I want to get in my hand some classic New York sour. All right, just to say I did. I feel like that's a bucket list cannabis experience. Even if I don't smoke it, at least getting it, right? And I'll bring it back to Cali or whatever. And like I said, Miss Shabazz, she likes indulging in type 1 from time to time, but I got to get some of that New York sour. Elihu, Royal OG, can't go wrong. Yeah, I think the dude from Elihu, he said they're running low on the Royal OG. It was so popular. I made that video on it, and after that, all y'all went to go cop that Royal OG. So Elihu, they grow weight, they grow major weight, but they have a humongous, like they employ a lot of people. So that's how they're able to maintain the quality at that scale, because it's not just like a family of 5 that's going and throwing seeds in their humongous farm. No, Elihu, they have their plot and they have workers that monitor those plants, like each row of plants, like the whole season. So that's how they're able to, like, their outdoor at that scale isn't just crappy biomass. But yeah, if you want that Royal OG, definitely go cop that. Don't hesitate, because I know they're running low. And make sure you use my coupon code, give you a discount. Cosmic said, I try to do at least a brisket a month during man, that's wild. You know what I'm gonna make soon is some birria. Yep, slow cook that birria. I feel like inside cooking birria is comparable to a long slow cooked barbecue experience. It's obviously not barbecue or anything, but I'm just saying the type of food and the process that goes into it. Yep. I don't know what hash table to buy. You're trying to shake some hash out?
What's it called?
Elihu, my buds were great. I got smalls. Oh yeah, yep. The Elihu smalls, they got a quick machine trim job on them. So when you get them, you're gonna definitely have to go at them with some scissors if you want to get rid of some of that sugar leaf. But the smalls are definitely a good value. They smell almost just as good and are almost just as sticky as the regular full-size buds. You got any flour to give away? Are you local? If you're local to me, I definitely do. If y'all are ever in LA or you live in Southern California or whatever, I always got a care package for you. All right, keep that in mind. Man, y'all are trying to make my stomach growl. He said, I normally rub my brisket with mustard, a sweet and spicy rub, smoke for 5 hours, then wrap and cook for another 3 hours. Longest I ever smoked was 15 hours, really slow. Man, I bet that melted like butter. I bet the smoke ring on that was intense and it just fell apart. That's why this community is the best, in my opinion. Our relationship with cannabis is greater than a high. Yes. Yep. I feel like there hasn't been an appreciation for the plant itself since the 70s and the 80s, when the old school people were, I mean, they're still growing up in the mountains, but when they had a dominance over this, the dominant cannabis scene was kind of the hippie scene up in the Emerald Triangle and in Oregon and Washington and stuff like that. Um, and the low key clubs in Amsterdam and the UK and stuff. When cannabis was dominated by that, because they had an appreciation for the plant. But definitely, yep. Right now, the average marijuana smoker, people picking up the Zaza and the rapper weed or whatever, they're just trying to get as high as they can. So yeah, they don't I don't think they appreciate the plant as much as we do, that's for sure. Damn. Yeah, I just, everybody reacts to cannabis in a different way, even individual cannabinoids. And just for me, vaping, at least any vaping that I've tried, does not give me as much effect as combusting. Big June 48 said Harlem. Shout out to Uptown. Shout out to Harlem. Type 3, will you have a... Oh, okay. He's talking to Patrick. You got to come to NYC. I do got to come to NYC. I want to come to... And I want to go to... Look, I want to go to New York, and I want to do all the regular touristy shit, right? So I want to hit up the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, view the 9/11 memorial site, Times Square, all that, the tourist stuff that people do in New York. But as a hip hop fan, I really got to go check out Brooklyn. I got to check out Harlem. I definitely got to check out the BX. All right, I got to check out the Bronx. You got to see all the different, and I know at nighttime you can't be doing all this, but yeah, hey, if any of y'all, if y'all live in the different boroughs, if you're in the BX, if you're in BK, if you're in Harlem or whatever, maybe when I'm out there, y'all can be a little tour guide and guide me safely around. But when I go to different cities, and I've done a decent amount of traveling around the United States. I haven't hit the East Coast though. But when I go to different cities, like, for example, when I went to Atlanta, I've been to Atlanta twice. And the last time I went to Atlanta, if y'all are from Atlanta, you know what the Bluff is all about. When I got my free time and I went out driving, because I went to go visit my family. My family, and they live up in like Johns Creek, Alpharetta, Duluth, all them richy European areas up there. Yeah, boy, I got in the car and I drove to the Bluff. I went to the Bluff. I met Curtis Snow. I like going to the ghetto when I go to these. When I travel places, I like to see how people really live. I don't like seeing what's just presented to you as a tourist or to mainstream media or the safe areas or whatever. No, I want to see how people live. So yeah, so when I go to NYC, I got to hit up, some bodegas. I got to get me some New York sour. I got to check out the Bronx. I got to check out Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Harlem, see all the places, Prince Malcolm, peace be upon him. you know, his scenes and stuff in the city. So yeah, birria tacos are the bomb. Yep, birria is one of my all-time favorite foods. I love birria, but it's got to be made right. Birria is really popular, so a lot of people are making it, and most people don't make it like really good. He said, "You need to come to Louisiana and get that real Southern. Look, my specialty in cooking. I love to cook, y'all. That's my thing. My whole specialty in cooking is Cajun cooking, is Creole cooking. My whole family on both sides is from Louisiana. I got the Louisiana blood running through my veins. Um, I've never lived there, but believe me, I got the Cajun and I got the Creole in my DNA, and so I eat a lot of Creole food, you know, and I eat it all. I eat frog, I eat gator, I eat rabbit. I can't do turtles. I don't do the turtles, and I can't do like possums and shit. That's too country for me. You out in the bayou, too much for that one. But I love me some gator, some frog legs, all the seafood, you know, gumbos, some crawfish, all the fixings, spicy, blackened, everything. That's how I cook my food. I make all that. So trust me, that's like, you know, some of my favorite food. Mexican food, Cajun food. Fat Boy said, "What's up with your boy from Vegas?" He's on here right now. He's talking to y'all in the comments. He said, "Nah, I ain't local, but if I have to send you the money for the shipment, I would, no lie, because I'm all the way in Georgia." Yeah, man. Well, hit me up on Instagram, man. We'll talk about it. Damn, bro, I stay in South Central. I got into Type 3 because of you. Um, yeah, bro, I stay in South Central too. I'm from South Central LA. So, hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram or contact me on my website. We'll link up. Aranovich said, "Hello from Brazil. Ciao, my brother. Ciao." That's dope, man. I would like to go to Brazil one day and visit the favelas. You know, do a little. Oh, I know, goddamn well, y'all. Look, I'm in the parking lot at Target, and some lady just dug in her booty, right? She's at the cart corral. She's at the cart corral, and she just stuck her hands all the way in her crack and pulled out her underwear, like, but lingered for a moment in broad daylight in the Target. Anyways, love Brazil. Love Brazil. I love the culture in Brazil. All that. Oh shit, my phone's about to die. Look, my phone's dying, y'all, and I don't want to waste my gas charging it. I gotta go in the store, so I'll stay on here for a couple more minutes, answer the rest of these questions and stuff, and then I'm gonna have to sign off in a few minutes. Big June said, "Born and bred in Harlem. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm gonna visit Harlem eventually. Get with me. This helps with flexibility and body. I don't know. What are you talking about, Frank? I'm not sure. Oh, maybe you're just talking about CBD flower. Yeah, it definitely does help with body aches. That's for sure. What's the classiest way to smoke hash on the go? I would roll it in a joint. That's what I would do. Hash, in my opinion, doesn't vape very well. Not real hash. It's just too sticky and too gooey. Um, so infuse it into a joint, and you could just smoke it in a joint when you're out and about. This dude said New York and New Jersey pizza hits different. Man, I hear y'all in the East Coast talking about New York style pizza all the time. I don't want to hear it with your flat pizza. Chicago style deep dish pizza is the best, all right? Just pizza in the Midwest is the best just because those are the prime consumers of pizza. If y'all are from the Midwest or ever been to the Midwest, you already know Midwestern people eat a lot of pizza. It's a part of the culture and the lifestyle. And Chicago deep dish pizza, I'm talking about like from like Giordano's and stuff. Chicago deep dish pizza, nothing beats that. I don't care how good your New York flat pizza pies are. I can't imagine that it could be better than Chicago deep dish. Man, y'all got me on here talking about food for like the last hour. I'm not mad though. I love food. I'm an eater and I'm a cooker too. How's the texture of Gator? Gator has the same texture as pork. It has the same texture as pork, and when you cook it, it doesn't have any sort of strong gamey taste or anything. It tastes like a combination of chicken and fish. Like, but and not a very fishy fish either, like not catfish, but like chicken and like salmon. No, salmon's not a good comparison, but just it's not a strong flavor at all. Gator is really good. I feel like Gator is um the most mild exotic meat out there besides frog legs, because frog legs are even more chickeny than gator. um like, put it like this: rabbit, if you ever ate rabbit is more, it's not gamey. I don't want to say it's gamey, but it tastes more different than gator. Gator has alligator is very easy to eat. If you ever come across alligator, just get it. It's not like, if y'all are from the country, from the South or the Midwest or wherever, and you eat venison, you eat deer. Um, Deer is way harder to appreciate than alligator. Deuce, let's see. Wayne, what's up, Wayne? He said, yeah, Wayne, you came in late. I'm about to get off. He said, did I miss the origin story of Stinkwinkle? Hey, y'all, I messaged Stinkwinkle a couple times. The last time I messaged Stinkwinkle and I said, Stinkwinkle, we need a comment for the channel. I need something to report back to everybody about you. Everybody's a fan of Stinkwinkle, and Stinkwinkle he's silent. He's a silent supporter. He's on the Patreon. He's been on there for a few months, ever since I started shouting him out. He don't say nothing, though. People seem to like the Gotti brand and sour strain mixes from old school sour right now. Yeah, I don't know. I'll take your word on that. I've never had New York sour, so that's why I want to go out. When I go out there, I gotta cop some classic sour. I would love smoke. I would love to smoke with you and get tatted. That would be dope. Patrick from Type 3 says, these lives are dope, man. We all appreciate everything you do for the community. I love every time you come on here and just organically chop it up with us. Have a good night, man. Hey, I appreciate your appreciation, like I always say. Real recognize real. Um, we'll see each other soon. You ever try the legendary breath from Believer? I love the legendary breath from Believer. On my last Believer, the 2-part video from when he first dropped it, go watch that video. I go over the legendary breath comprehensively in that video. All right, don't put no more questions, because I'm gonna answer what we got here talking about, and I gotta go in the store. My phone's about to die. I want to start a CBD channel, but I feel like I don't know enough about the terp breakdowns to even explain it. I mean, hey, if you could bring anything different to the table, or like you have enough, I don't know what to tell you about that. Sometimes people ask me about, hey, how can I start my own channel or whatever. Y'all, you got to realize I didn't have any sort of like video production background or anything. When I started this channel, I had a camera. I didn't even have a microphone. I sat in my car just like I'm doing right now, and I recorded videos of me like unboxing and smoking hemp flower. That's, I guess, what set me aside from everybody else is all that experience that I had from the marijuana world that I brought into it. I guess that's why my channel grew and stuff. But aside from that, I don't have no like pointers or anything. If you're gonna start a channel, if you bring something new to the table, you have something to talk about. Just make sure your quality's good, make sure your audio is good, and upload consistently. And if people care for what you got to say, then your channel will grow. Is OZ Kush the number? OZ Kush is not the most potent strain from the effects point of view. It definitely has lighter effects. Yo, Anthony, hey, you're a big supporter, man. See you everywhere. I'll check you later, Anthony. Facts on that rabbit. Wayne is Stinkwinkle. No, Wayne is one of my other patrons on Patreon. Stinkwinkle is a separate guy, y'all. But hey, if Stinkwinkle ever gets back to me, believe me, I will let y'all know. How would you sum up CBD effect, Mom, in 2 sentences? That's the last thing I'm gonna answer. Look, you get all of the benefits of cannabis, but you don't get high. It doesn't impair you. It doesn't change the way you're thinking or anything. It's just all of the nice body effects, and that's it. All right. And here, the best way to compare CBD type 3 flower to type 1 flower is type 1 flower would be liquor. If you drink a cup of liquor, you're going to get drunk. If you drink a cup of beer, you get a very mild buzz, or maybe not even that. That's the best way. All right. All right, y'all. It's been really real. I'm out of here. I love chopping it up with y'all and talking to y'all. We're about to come up on 10K. I'm gonna do a giveaway and a Q&A and everything then. So get ready for that. All right. I hope everybody has a good rest of your night. Stay safe out there. Eat good. Get plenty of sleep and drink water. All right. I'll catch y'all on the next video, which will be coming out in a couple days. All right. Peace, man. Love all of y'all.